Okay, we now study the methods to study independence and association of attributes. अब जो सबसे पहला मेथड है वो है proportion method. Now in the proportion method what we do is we check the proportion of A amongst B and the proportion of A amongst beta. यानी हम रेशियो चेक करते हैं AB अपॉन B एंड A बीटा अपॉन बीटा. अगर ये दोनों ratios equal आ गए then we say the attributes are independent. Next is if AB upon B is greater than A beta upon beta, that is proportion of A amongst B is greater than proportion of A amongst beta, then we say the attributes are positively associated. Next is exactly opposite. If proportion of A amongst B is less than proportion of A amongst beta, then we say the attributes are negatively associated. अब याद रखिए अगर A and B independent है then A and beta, alpha and B and alpha and beta would also be independent. तो ये था सबसे पहला मेथड to study independence and association of attributes, and that is the proportion method. तो basically आपको AB upon B and A beta upon beta ये दोनों ratios को compare करना है. अगर equal आ गए तो independent. If AB upon B is greater than A beta upon beta then positively associated, और अगर less than है तो negatively associated. अब हम सीखते हैं इसका second method. So let's move on to the second method. Okay, now the second method is the comparison method. So दूसरा method है comparison method. अब इसमें आप compare करेंगे A B को, right? किसके साथ? A into B upon N के साथ. So अगर ये दोनों values equal आ गई then we say the attributes are independent. So if AB equals A into B upon N, then we say the attributes are independent. Similarly, यहाँ पे condition आ गई positive association की. So if frequency of AB is greater than A into B upon N, then we say attributes are positively associated. और last में अगर AB की frequency is less than frequency A into frequency B upon N, then we say the attributes are negatively associated. So हमने दो मेथड स्टडी किए, करेक्ट? पहला था proportion मेथड और दूसरा था comparison मेथड. ये दोनों मेथड्स का एक ड्रॉबैक ये है कि हमें स्ट्रेंथ या डिग्री ऑफ एसोसिएशन इससे पता नहीं चलता. इन दोनों मेथड से सिर्फ हमें टाइप ऑफ एसोसिएशन के बारे में पता चलता है. सो यू नो ओनली द टाइप, right? But if you want to find the degree or the strength of association, or you could say to what extent the attributes are associated, then we have the third method. So we now proceed with the third method, which will give you the type as well as the degree or the extent of association between the attributes. Okay, we now move to the last method, and that is Yule's coefficient of association method. Now the formula for Yule's coefficient is AB into alpha beta minus A beta into alpha B, और नीचे सेम टर्म्स रिपीट करने हैं, ऊपर माइनस है और नीचे प्लस. Now just simply remember it's AB alpha beta, right? Then interchange, B यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, बीटा इधर आ जाएगा. So you get A beta alpha B, और याद दीजिए ऊपर नेगेटिव साइन है और नीचे पॉजिटिव. So this is the formula for Yule's coefficient. Now Yule's coefficient value lies between -1 and 1 both inclusive. तो याद कीजिए Yule's coefficient का आंसर हमेशा इसी रेंज में आपको मिलेगा. अब आपको आंसर तो मिल गया, अब उसे आप क्या इंटरप्रेट कर सकते हो? What would be the interpretation of the Yule's coefficient? So as we know, Yule's coefficient lies between -1 and 1. So but obviously you have a 0. So if the value of q is 0, then we say the attributes are independent. If the value of q lies between 0 and 1, then we say the attributes are positively associated. Next, if the value of q lies between 0 and -1, then we say the attributes are negatively associated. So independent if 0, between 0 and 1 positive association, between 0 and -1 negative association. अब इसमें एक एडवांटेज ये है कि यूज कोएफिशिएंट से आप स्ट्रेंथ एंड डिग्री भी फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं एसोसिएशन का. So if the value lies in this range 0 and 0.5, then we could say the association is positive, but it is a weak positive association. And if the value lies beyond 0.5 and up to 1, then we say the association is a strong positive association. वैसे ही अगर आंसर 0 and -0.5, if it lies in this range, then it is a weak negative association. And if the value lies in the range that is beyond -0.5 and up to -1, then it is a strong negative association. Also, if the answer is exactly 1, right, completely associated would be the conclusion, right, then the attributes are said to be completely associated. That is, a beta or alpha b would be equal to 0. Any one of them would be 0. So see, if any of these term become 0, ये term 0 हो जाएगा. Likewise, this term will also become 0. So if these two terms vanish, and if you divide these two, you get the answer as 1. So then we say the attributes are completely associated. Likewise, if a, b or alpha, beta, any one of the value becomes 0, so the initial term is 0, here also initial term is 0. So you have these two identical values left here, but with opposite sign. So if you cancel out this, you get -1. So then we say the attributes are completely dissociated. So this is the last method to study independence and association of attributes, and that is called the use coefficient of association. The advantage of this method is आपको इससे टाइप भी पता चलता है, पॉजिटिव है, नेगेटिव है या इंडिपेंडेंट है. Also, you could know the strength, whether it is strongly positive, weakly positive, strongly negative or weakly negative. Now the strength was not being explained in the first and rather it could not be explained with the first and second method, that is proportion and comparison method. So that is why use coefficient is much better than the first and the second method. Hope you enjoyed watching this video and you have learned something about association and independence of attributes. Thank you for watching our video.